Welcome back to Game Gods. And guess what just happened, boys? Guess what happened, girls? Do you know what happened? Yeah, you do, because you probably read the title before you clicked the video. But anyways, Microsoft E3 2017 just dropped, and we're gonna clue you in on everything that just went down.
So first thing that they knocked out of the way was the one thing that everybody wanted to know about. Codename, Project Scorpio. Official name, Xbox One X. Alright, so like it had already been widely marketed and well known, it's got 6 teraflops, okay? Super duper powerful. On top of that, it's also got 12 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage, and it's got 8 cores that are clocked at 2.3 gigahertz. How much does all of this cost? $499.
Just $5, baby, just 5.
All right. Now, by comparison, the PS4 Pro, as we already know, it is the weaker of the two. It's sitting at 4 teraflops. It's got 8 gigs of RAM. It does have a 1 terabyte of storage as well. And then it's also got 8 cores, but instead of 2.3, it's at 2.1 gigahertz. And, well, that one's sitting pretty at $399, okay? The one thing that we did find interesting, because we were curious to know, so we Googled it, the Xbox One X is apparently actually about 5 times more powerful than the current Xbox One, and approximately 3 times more powerful than the PS4.
That's pretty serious. Now, on top of that, being a super powerhouse, they didn't just stop there. They had a lot of games that they wanted to talk about. 42, in fact, right?
Yes,
42 games, all right? Now, out of that 42, not all of them are super duper stellar AAA blockbusters. Not all of them are gonna get your attention and be something you have to have. But 9 of them stood out from the pack above the rest, soaring, all right? Soaring like a beagle through the sky, all right?
Beagle?
Yeah, a beagle.
Eagle.
Same thing. Tomato, tomato, beagle, eagle, deagle, whatever.
A flying dog is not a funny matter.
What? That would be amazing. Anyways.
Sorry, guys.
Crackdown 3. Now, it wasn't just any Crackdown 3, okay? They had Terry Crews, my boy Terry Crews in the video. Now, as you know, me and Terry Crews are one of the few video game true gamers who have the physique of a superhero that could be in a game. And man, he sold that. But don't get me started, I was super hyped for Crackdown 3, all right? There was Sea of Thieves, which looked super fun, and there's Black Desert, okay? Now, Black Desert's already on PC, it's an MMO, but now, bam, it's gonna be on Xbox One X as well. State of Decay, everybody's been looking forward to that, wondering when that was gonna drop. Well, the sequel is coming out this year, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think so.
This year, all right? And Forza Horizon 7, because, well, you know, it wouldn't be a new Xbox launch without a new Forza. Because that's how they always do it, you know? Now, the ones that were not exclusives, but looked dang good, super amazing, so good that I'm telling you, the PC people are gonna be mad jelly. It looked that great, is Metro Exodus, the sequel to Metro Last Light. Shadow of War, which is also a long-awaited sequel. Anthem, which is BioWare's new IP. Now, it looks so different, all right? It looks so different than anything that they put out. I'm not quite sure what to make of it, other than it looked freaking beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful, okay? And Assassin's Creed. Now, I'm not gonna get too far into this right now, but I will say that I haven't been an Assassin's Creed player for quite some time, like after they dropped the storyline and a whole slew of other things that they did. And I don't know where this one's gonna be story-wise, but I will say that it's set in Egypt. So the backdrop already has a nice assassin-y feel with lore, and it even looked like it had some kind of mysticism stuff going on too in it.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Like he was communicating with the eagle, and then there was like we're not gonna spoil it for you or go too far into it right here. Just know that Assassin's Creed looked like it might be back in a big way, and it might get me back too.
All right. Next up with that, those were basically the major titles from bigger developers. But as we know, a few years ago, Xbox launched the ID at Xbox program. So that's the one for indie developers,
Yeah,
okay?
indie.
They had 19 games that they announced in this particular lineup for this year. One of them, which caught my eye, was Observer. Definitely looked really interesting. I'm curious about that one. But outside of the ID at Xbox program, there was also The Last Night and Tacoma. There was Super Lucky's Tales and Ashen.
That was adorable.
It was super adorable. We actually thought it was going to be like a Sonic-based game for a little bit because he just looked like Tails.
Yeah, he does look a lot like Tails.
And then two more that made it onto that list that stood out for us as well was Osiris New Dawn and also Brawlout. Brawlout. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, all of those look really fun.
Yeah.
Now, one more thing that Microsoft had in store for everybody, and there's been some talk about if it's actually a viable thing, if people really take advantage of it to the fullest or not, but Microsoft doesn't care because Microsoft announced backwards compatibility.
Expansion.
In a big way, not just any kind of backwards compatibility, all right? What they're doing is making it backwards compatibility through every generation of Xbox to ever exist. All generations, all right? Let that just sink in. Quicksand that shit real quick. Just let it sink in for a moment. Every generation of Xbox, not just 360, all the way back to the original, is going to be backwards compatible on Xbox One X, all right? So, that's going to be cool because they already have, 385
games in the lineup already from Xbox 360. But, like Connecticut said, they're adding in some games from the Xbox original as well, including Crimson Skies, which people kept asking about apparently.
Yes.
So they're including it, and it's going to be there.
Now, if I could just get some KOTOR with this, that's Knights of the Old Republic for the uninitiated, that would just make my day. So, I mean, I would have to say, what do you think about the conference?
It was amazing. It's definitely one of the best press conferences we've seen in recent history. And by that, I'd probably take it back maybe 5-6 years out of any E3 press conference.
Yeah.
Everything that they did, how they presented it all, what they talked about, the length of the press conference itself, and
the stage was super beautiful. I know it was
yeah.
always nice, but this was like just...
It was really, really well done. Everything just flowed so seamlessly, and everything that they did was just spot on.
And I'm not just saying this because I'm really hyped right now from what I saw, because I've trashed Microsoft in the past when they mess up. And when they do right, you gotta let them know what they did right too. They did great. The presentation, the games they've caught flack before for not talking about games as much as people thought they should have. They brought 42...
Opposite this year.
Way opposite. They brought 42 games. All right, and a bunch of really good indie titles, a bunch of good exclusives, and just amazing graphics, great information. Listen, guys, we're doing another video that's going to go in depth because we wanted to keep this one short and informative for anybody who might have missed it or just wanted a good recap that covered everything that happened. But if you want to know how this is going to affect you as a gamer and change the industry and what impact it's going to have, we're going to do a video on that. And because there's some really good games and the way that they did them and the hardware itself being the strongest console ever created by far, there's a lot you need to know about that, okay? But that's the whole conference, everything that just dropped, every bit of news that just leaked out onto the surface at E3, you now know. So you're armed with the knowledge. Only thing I want to prepare you for is that these graphics are insane. So what you have to do, what you need to do is start saving your money right now, not just for the Xbox One X, but your ass is going to need a 4K TV too. It's beautiful. Drop the mic. Bam. All right, Game God's out. See you in the next video.